What's going on today, guys? It's Trey. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are here in the beautiful city of Stuttgart in Stuttgart Mitte to try Currywurst for the very first time. I have heard a lot of great things about Currywurst. It's one of the national dishes of Germany, so I'm really excited to try it. I will say though, I'm not the biggest fan of curry. In fact, the only two types of curry that appeal to me are Jamaican curry and Thai curry. So I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. We're gonna be going to two different places to try Currywurst. One of them is a chain here in Germany, and believe it or not, the other one is a Vietnamese restaurant. I know that probably sounds funny to a lot of Germans, but I've heard that this place has some of the best Currywurst here in Stuttgart. So without further ado, I'm really excited to try Currywurst. So let's go ahead and get into it. First stop was My Currywurst, a German fast food chain with 5 locations in southern Germany. And then this happened. The Currywurst and Palms are here, so let's go ahead and try it for my very first time. Sausage is really thick, really smells like curry. Wow. It's got some intense flavor going on. It's really good though. I'm gonna try one more piece. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's bomb. That's good. It's really good. So like, I'm not really too sure what the components of Currywurst are. At first glance, this looks like sausage with ketchup on it with curry powder. And I'm sure that's probably what it is. It's not like a super complex dish, but I will say that the flavors are really complex and really intense. That curry powder is actually some of the best curry powder that I think I've ever tasted. And I don't know if this is like a ketchup sauce, but all of this together tastes really bomb. And I can't believe that I've waited this long to try it. It's really solid. Yeah. The skin on the exterior of the sausage is like crisp, and you can taste like all the seasonings. This is a really bomb dish. Like really, this is a really solid dish. By the way, maybe somebody can educate me, but every time I do one of these videos, somebody always comes up to me and says, hey, I don't want to be filmed, or hey, I don't want to be on camera. And keep in mind, the camera's always on me. I'm not in anybody's face, but for some reason, people always think that I'm trying to film them. Like, don't get me wrong, I love people. And by the way, the kid that's screaming back there, that's the people that told me that they didn't want to be on camera. Meanwhile, their kid is like terrorizing this place. So I just find it kind of ironic. Let me go ahead and try one of the palms too, see how these are. Oh yeah, it's good. They're nice and crisp and hot and fresh. I'm actually gonna go ahead and dip one of the fries within the Currywurst mixture. That's good. That's good. All in all, this place is really bomb. So if this place is this good, I'm really excited to see how the Vietnamese spot is. So let me go ahead and box this up. Let's go head out to the next spot. Yeah, these videos just get harder and harder to make since I've been here in Germany. Maybe somebody can explain to me what it is, but I don't get the logic behind if I'm filming myself, right? I'm not filming anybody else. What's the issue with that? Why would you come up to me while I'm filming myself and say that you don't want to be on camera? Like, this is probably like the 10th time that I've had it happen. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It never happened when I was in the US, but ever since we have moved to Germany, these videos have become increasingly hard to make. So maybe somebody in the comment section could let me know. Maybe some German legal mind could let me know. But if I'm filming myself directly, and like, what's the issue with that? There shouldn't be any issue. I just had to make that quick rant while we head off to the second place. But it's about to pour down rain. Let's go ahead and head over to the second place. Next stop was the Vietnamese eatery called Banh Mi and Bubbles. We made it to the second spot. Nobody has harassed me yet, so that's a good sign, but this place looks really cool. They got like all different types of art and graffiti inside. It's actually really dark, that's why I'm sitting outside. But I'm gonna definitely have to bring my wife back here because this looks like a really chill date night spot. So really happy to be here, excited for the Currywurst. All right guys, the food's here, let's get into it. I mean, right out the gate, the presentation's pretty different, so I'm really excited for this one. I think a Vietnamese spot is probably one of the last places you would expect to find good currywurst, so I'm really excited to see if this one matches the one that I just had. So the appearance right out the gate gets a 10 out of 10 from me. This looks amazing, right? It has onion in it, it's got fresh parsley, it's got the curry powder. Also, the consistency of the curry powder is a little bit different from the other place that we went to. So I'm really excited to see what this one tastes like. And also, it smells wonderful, guys. Hopefully one day they come out with smell-o-vision on YouTube because this just absolutely smells amazing. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm really excited for this one. Currywurst from a Vietnamese restaurant. Prost. That is bomb. That is like amazing. My mouth doesn't know what to do right now. I'm like salivating. There's a little bit of spice in there. There's some sweetness. This stuff is amazing, guys. This is really good. Wow. I can definitely tell. Don't get me wrong, the other place was amazing, but I can tell that they definitely took their time with this one, right? There's so much flavor and it's very aromatic and herbaceous, and you can tell that somebody definitely seasoned this to perfection, right? This is, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's mom was back there making this. This is like good, authentic curry, and like the tomatoey sauce is really nice and sweet. It does have a little bit of spice to it, and don't get me wrong, like I'm not the biggest spice person in the world, but it's not absolutely wrecking my palate. It's still, I still find myself like reaching for more. This tastes so good. And also the sausage is so good. It's like, it's got like a nice snap to it when you bite into it. The outside is nice and crisp. The inside is nice and soft, and it's got great flavor, right? I don't know what type of sausage that they're using here, but it tastes really, really bomb, guys. This is so good. Let's do a quick visual comparison so you guys could see what I mean when I'm talking about the differences in presentation. So obviously this is the one from Banh Mi here. This is the one from my Currywurst that we just visited. As you can see, they both look completely different, right? Don't get me wrong, this one looks like the more authentic presentation, but in my opinion, this one looks a little bit more refined. You can tell that somebody spent their time making this one, right? Somebody was back there stirring, you know, the pot of sauce for probably 8 to 10 hours or so, whereas this one was probably just somebody opened up a bottle, you know, put some curry powder on it and called it a day. Which, don't get me wrong, I still appreciate this one. I appreciate both of them, but I appreciate the process. I appreciate the time and energy that went into making this one. And also, the consistencies are completely different, right? So this one has the onions, this one has the parsley, this one just has curry powder, which, don't get me wrong, it works. This is probably what you'll find around 90% of Germany, right? This one, you're gonna have to go looking for this type, right? You're gonna have to go into a nicer restaurant like Banh Mi here and find this one. It's still good. I really appreciate both of them. But I will say I appreciate this one a little bit more because I appreciate the amount of energy that went into making this one. Now, before I make my decision on which one I like the most, we're gonna do another quick taste test. So this is the one from my Currywurst. We're gonna try it real quick, and then we're gonna try the one from Banh Mi. That's good. That is outstanding. That is so good. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the one from Banh Mi. I don't know, it's so hard. They're both so good. They're both amazing. They are both amazing. All right, guys, so now this is the part of the video where we have to decide, was the chain better or was the individually owned restaurant better? This one was really hard because both were outstanding. Both were amazing, right? Both places had nice people, both places had nice seating areas, and overall the presentation was great overall at both places. But I will have to say the one that I appreciated the most is banh mi. Yes, guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Vietnamese restaurant hands down wins this one. And I'm gonna explain to you guys why that is. So first, refinement, right? When I looked up currywurst online, I never saw a picture that looked quite like this, right? I never saw the onions, I never saw the parsley, I never saw the hand-cut French fries. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna be like, well, Trey, you can find that at so many different places around Germany. That was the point of this video, is to highlight a chain versus an individually owned restaurant. I'm sure you guys out there have a favorite, whether it's a chain or whether it's an individually owned restaurant. For me, I have to go with the individually owned restaurant because I guarantee you if I walked in the back of that kitchen right now, there's gonna be somebody that is stirring sauce, right? There's somebody that is back there that is like pouring their heart and soul into this food. And so I did like this one a little bit better. I didn't think that I would find currywurst. I honestly never expected to find currywurst at a Vietnamese restaurant. And don't get me wrong, I love Vietnamese food, right? You know, I love Southeast Asian cuisine. It is by far my favorite. It is at the top for me, but it just would never be a place that I would go to for German style food. But I'm telling you right now, this place is killing it. So whether you're vegan, whether or not you're a carnivore, whether or not you're an herbivore, whether or not you don't even like curry, step out of your comfort zone and try this amazing food because it has blown my mind, right? It is so good. And anytime I can, anytime that I'm around this area, because I don't live around here, but anytime I'm around this area, I'm gonna come back and try this because it tastes wonderful. Tastes amazing. You know, everything from the sausage to the curry powder. And you know, I don't know if that makes a difference, right? But if you look at the curry powder from my currywurst, you'll notice that it's a little bit thicker, right? Whereas this one is a little bit thinner. They still used about the same amount, but the consistency of the curry powder itself is very different. And so while this one I would say is more so overpowering when it comes to the curry flavor, this one I think they used the perfect amount in it. And so I really like this one a lot, guys. And while the one from my currywurst wasn't my favorite, it was still an amazing presentation of currywurst, right? And so for me, whenever I thought of currywurst, or whenever I've seen currywurst, especially when I lived in the US, I've only seen it like on top of potatoes or mixed in with potatoes. So the fact that they separated it, I knew right away that both places were gonna be pretty good. I knew right away that this one was gonna be bomb. And also when I walked in and smelled the amount of curry and the people were nice, I knew that this one was gonna be good. And don't get me wrong, it really was good. Like it really was amazing. So as always, thank you guys for joining me on my journey of trying German cuisine. There's so many amazing German dishes out there that I need to try. Like I literally can't sleep at night until I try everything that I can, right? I live here in Stuttgart. There's so much amazing food around. I'm only a 2-hour drive from Munich. I'm only a 2-hour drive from Frankfurt. There's so much to see and do here in Germany. And you know me, I love my food, right? I love my food. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. As always, I appreciate all the continued love and support. I'm gonna continue to eat. As long as I have 2 legs to walk, as long as I have 2 hands to grab a cheeseburger and eat it, I'm gonna eat everything possible. I'm gonna eat everything in sight. So as always, thank you guys for the continued love and support. Thank you. Mahalo for watching.